The Tribal Chief's new Wiseman, a game-changing power shift in WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, what we witnessed tonight on SmackDown wasn't just a surprise return. It wasn't just a creative twist, a moment of nostalgia, or a fleeting storyline. No. This was the beginning of an entirely new era. Roman Reigns, the dominant, polarizing Tribal Chief, made one of the most significant moves of his career. And it wasn't just a small change. It was a seismic shift in power. You see, Roman Reigns, the leader of the Bloodline, the man who has ruled WWE with an iron fist, has officially appointed a new Wiseman. But this time, it wasn't a calculated strategist from the outside world. It wasn't someone looking to climb the ladder through manipulation, hype, or deception. This Wiseman isn't an outsider, this Wiseman is blood. This Wiseman is legacy. This Wiseman is family. Roman Reigns' new Wiseman is none other than his own uncle, the legendary Hall of Famer, Rikishi. And let me tell you, this moment has already been described by fans, analysts, and insiders alike as one of the most significant power shifts in WWE history. It's not just a family reunion. It's not just a strategic move. No, this is something far deeper. After months of chaos, betrayal, and leadership struggles, Roman Reigns didn't go out searching for another mouthpiece, another hype man, or another dealmaker. He didn't need to go outside the family. Roman went back to his roots. He went back to the bloodline itself. And in doing so, Roman Reigns may have just created the most dangerous version of the bloodline the WWE Universe has ever seen. The ramifications of tonight's announcement will be felt for years to come. But to fully understand the magnitude of what we just witnessed, we need to take a closer look at the events that led us here and the massive implications of this game-changing decision. Setting the stage, the Bloodline struggles. Let's rewind. The Bloodline was once the most dominant faction in WWE. Roman Reigns was untouchable, the undisputed Tribal Chief, holding the Universal Championship for over 1,000 days. His reign was built on the foundation of family loyalty and strength. But in the world of professional wrestling, nothing is ever permanent, and power can slip away in the blink of an eye. It all started with Paul Heyman's betrayal at WrestleMania. The man who had been Roman Reigns' trusted advisor, the mastermind behind his unprecedented rise to dominance, turned his back on the Tribal Chief in the biggest moment of the year. And just like that, everything began to unravel. The immediate fallout from Heyman's betrayal was felt across the bloodline. For the first time in years, Roman Reigns looked vulnerable. He had always been the unassailable leader, the man who controlled every situation. But this betrayal was different. The Usos were fractured and scattered, unable to unite behind their Tribal Chief in the way they had in the past. Solo Sikoa, once the enforcer and pillar of Roman's empire, started to question his role within the faction. There was doubt, confusion, and frustration simmering under the surface. The bloodline, as we knew it, was on the verge of collapse. The WWE Universe was left wondering, was Roman Reigns' reign coming to an end? Was the Tribal Chief finally losing control? Was the bloodline finally falling apart? But tonight, in one of the most shocking twists in WWE history, Roman Reigns silenced all the doubters. Because what we saw tonight on SmackDown wasn't a man defeated. It wasn't a leader who had lost his way. No, Roman Reigns had simply been recalculating. He wasn't down, he was just waiting for the right moment to strike back. And that moment came tonight. The arrival of Roman Reigns, a new era begins. The SmackDown arena was electric tonight. Fans could feel that something monumental was about to happen. Roman Reigns' music hit, and the arena instantly erupted in anticipation. The lights went dark. The crowd fell into a hush, knowing that whatever was about to unfold, it was going to be historic. Roman Reigns emerged, walking down the ramp slowly, deliberately. His presence filled the arena as he held the Universal Championship over his shoulder like a symbol of power and dominance. The Tribal Chief looked as focused as ever. This wasn't a man who had lost control. This was a man who was recalibrating, refocusing, and preparing for his next great move. Roman entered the ring, standing tall in front of a packed crowd. The energy was palpable. He grabbed the microphone, and for a moment, everything was still. The crowd held their breath, knowing that what Roman was about to say would change the course of WWE history. And then, with a quiet yet commanding tone, Roman Reigns spoke. Roman's words, a shocking announcement. Roman Reigns, calmly. You've all been waiting. You've all been wondering. What happens next for the Bloodline? What happens next for me? Well, I've heard the rumors. I've seen the doubt. I know what you've all been saying. But let me tell you something. I've been in this business long enough to know that you never bet against family. You never bet against blood. And tonight, I'm making the most important decision of my career. Roman Reigns, firmly. I don't need another dealmaker. I don't need another mouthpiece. I don't need someone from the outside to try and tell me what to do. No. I'm going back to my roots. I'm going back to my family. I'm going back to my bloodline. Roman Reigns, triumphant. And tonight, I'm proud to introduce, my new Wiseman. The crowd is on the edge of their seats. Roman Reigns, confidently. It's my uncle. The man who taught me everything I know. The man who's been through the wars. The legendary Hall of Famer. Rikishi. The shocking moment, Rikishi's return. And with that, the crowd went absolutely wild. The music hit. The moment that everyone had been waiting for had arrived. The legendary Rikishi, a Hall of Famer and a staple of WWE's most iconic era, stepped into the ring alongside his nephew, Roman Reigns. The connection was undeniable. The legacy was clear. This wasn't just a new chapter for Roman Reigns. This was a return to the roots of the bloodline. This was a legacy that had been built on family and honor, and now it was stronger than ever. Rikishi, the man who helped shape the future of the Samoan dynasty, was now stepping into the role of Wiseman, standing by Roman's side as his guiding force. The tension in the arena was palpable. The bloodline was no longer just a faction. It was something far more dangerous. It was family. It was unity. And it was a power shift unlike anything the WWE Universe had ever seen. The implications for the WWE Universe. So, what does this mean for the WWE Universe moving forward? What does this new dynamic within the bloodline mean for Roman Reigns, for the Usos, for Solo Sikoa, and for the entire landscape of WWE? First off, this move proves that Roman Reigns is not someone who just reacts to circumstances. He doesn't panic. He's a man who understands the value of legacy, of family, and of control. By bringing in Rikishi, Roman has effectively solidified his role as the true head of the table, the undisputed leader of the Samoan dynasty. And with Rikishi by his side, Roman's hold on the WWE Universe will only tighten. But the implications don't stop there. The rest of the bloodline. The Usos, Solo Sikoa, and anyone else who might dare challenge Roman, will now have to answer to the wisdom and power of Rikishi. There's no longer any room for betrayal or doubt. This isn't just a new chapter, it's the beginning of the most dangerous version of the bloodline the world has ever seen. What's next for the bloodline? Now, with this seismic shift, the questions remain: what's next for Roman Reigns? What's next for the bloodline? And what's next for WWE as a whole? One thing is for certain, this is far from over. With Rikishi in Roman's corner, the bloodline is now poised for an unprecedented run of dominance. This is a family united, a dynasty reborn, and a faction that will stop at nothing to reclaim its place at the top of WWE. As we move forward, expect the stakes to get higher, the rivalries to grow fiercer, and the entire WWE universe to be consumed by the power and drama of the bloodline. This moment on SmackDown was more than just a storyline twist. It was the dawn of a new era in WWE. A family united. A dynasty reborn. The bloodline is stronger than ever, and Roman Reigns, with his new Wiseman by his side, is ready to dominate the WWE universe like never before. What do you think about Roman Reigns' decision to bring in Rikishi as his new Wiseman? Will this move solidify his reign as the true tribal chief, or will it lead to new challenges and betrayals within the bloodline? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the latest news and updates on the WWE Universe. Thanks for watching Wrestling News CC. We'll see you next time.